はい、おはようございます。なほです。
And I'm Matt.
はい、このカモンレディオでは私たちが、運営しているオンラインの英語の教育プログラムカモンオンラインについて、英語で語っていくポッドキャストです。今日ですね、また別のゲストの方を、お呼びしております。今日の、ゲストは、メーガンです。
Yeah, Naho, super excited to have Megan on the show today, a fellow Southern California person who actually lives near where I grew up. And
Yeah.
she's been on the team since last summer. Well, actually, she did the program in Japan a couple summers ago, traveling around and teaching English. And she's been on the Come Online team since last summer and a big part of helping create the curriculum, create workshops, and a really great person, absolute joy to work with. And we're super excited to have her on. So welcome, Megan.
はい。
Hello.
Hey, Megan. Good to see you.
Everyone.
Good to see you too.
Thanks for joining us today.
Yeah.
Love the
nice,
hair.
Yeah, nice hair. I was gonna say.
I beat you to it now.
Thank you.
Nice color. Yeah.
Yeah, always great to see the new hair color of Megan.
It's a fun adventure.
Yeah.
Good on you. Okay, Megan, if you can introduce a bit. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm a senior at the University of Pennsylvania. I study international relations and East Asian area studies. I also minor in French and Francophone studies. So I love learning foreign languages. I've studied Japanese, Korean, and French. And in terms of hobbies, I like to do calligraphy. I'm not good at it, but I'm learning. And in the future, I really want to be a diplomat. So I want to work in different countries and kind of help with U.S. relationships with other countries.
That's fantastic. I know we need that right now for sure.
Yeah.
I didn't know you studied actually all three of those languages because I know you've been to Japan and Korea.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have a particular country you want to work with? Not to put you on the spot or anything.
I mean, I really love East Asia. So Japan, Korea, China are all very interesting to me. French is the language I've studied the longest just because I started in high school. My high school did not offer didn't offer any Asian languages to study. But in general, I like focusing on the East Asian region.
That's awesome. And really impressive that you do all those languages.
Yeah. you do calligraphy too?
Yeah, a little.
In kanji or?
I've tried a little of kanji, but I don't know the proper techniques for Japanese characters or Chinese characters. So I'm mostly just focus on English letters, but occasionally I'll try and do kanji.
That's cool.
We should have asked you to bring some examples to show us.
Yeah. Is there any example?
I don't really have anything nearby, but
that's okay.
I bought some calligraphy pens when I was in Japan, so that's a plus.
That's
cool.
good. Yeah, thank you for sharing. And you are graduating from UPenn this year, right?
Right, yes.
Yeah. And have taken classes all online from your home and here, or is that hybrid? It's all online class?
Yeah, all my classes are online. But I've been staying home in Southern California rather than going back to Philadelphia for school.
Right. So how have you been adapting a remote learning lifestyle, especially during your last year of university?
Yeah, it's a little depressing with it being my last year that I'm staying home, but I just feel like overall it's the safest option for me, and there's not much to do if I just go back to the city and just sit in a dorm room to take online classes there. So the most difficult part is probably just the time difference, since California is 3 hours behind Philadelphia.
Right.
But thankfully, since I knew in advance that I would be staying home, I could plan my schedule accordingly to kind of place everything later in the day so I wouldn't have to wake up extremely early for my classes, because sleep is something that is very important to me. But yeah, online classes are definitely a unique experience. I definitely prefer in person, but I've learned to, I think, adjust decently to the online format.
Yeah, we're all learning and like, well, as you know, working with us for the past year on Come Online, we've tried to take advantage of the online learning situation and make it impactful and engaging and do the best we can to make something really cool while being at home. And like you said, safety is obviously important. But hey, as a fellow Southern Californian, you get it's winter right now. At least it's not super cold.
Yeah, that's
Definitely.
good. Yeah. For the online class, what tools do you guys use in the class?
Well, all our classes are pretty much held over Zoom, which is always useful. Teachers can screen share PowerPoints, which helps follow lectures very easily. In terms of like personal organization, I use Google Calendar a lot because it's great because you can sync it across your computer and your phone. And I put all my classes in or any meetings I have, and you can just very easily access like what you have coming up so you don't forget. Especially with online classes, when you don't have to physically be somewhere, it's very easy to forget like what's going on or what day it is.
All right, pop quiz, Megan. What's today?
Wednesday.
Yeah. Well, I guess it's Thursday for Naho.
Yeah, in JST it's Thursday.
Yeah.
I've also made it, and I'm sure many people listening. I don't know about you, Naho, but I've made it a resolution to use Google Calendar more and be organized. You're absolutely right how important that is right now when we're all working from home or learning remotely and whatnot. I'm right there with you on that for sure.
Right. Yeah, in our program we use Google Classroom, and I thought it was really well organized tool too, as well as Google Calendar.
Yeah.
I guess our and now an advertisement for Google. This podcast is sponsored by.
Yes, please.
They do have great tools though, and yeah, like Naho said, we did use that in the program we did last year with Megan. So
Yeah. And also, as we mentioned, you helped create the curriculum for Come Online program, and also currently you're helping us as one of our team member. What do you think is most impactful about this experience for students and mentors?
Yeah, I think just in general with the coronavirus, it's very easy to feel very lonely during these times. The need to like self-isolate or quarantine and even just taking all these classes online. I feel like there's often a big lack of human connection right now. And you kind of have this desire, like you want to go out and do things, you want to see the world, but obviously you really can't in order to be safe. And so I think this experience is just really unique because it allows someone to have an intercultural experience straight from their bedroom. And of course, it may not be as amazing as if we could meet the students in person, but I think it's a really nice compromise where you can still learn and have fun and meet people and just still maintain that level of safety. And you get a bit of comfort also when you're just doing it from your own room.
That's true. Actually, no one's mentioned that. I don't think when we've asked the question about being comfortable in your own room. I'm actually super surprised no one said that yet. That's a great point. Yeah. I mean, it's best of both worlds in a sense. Like you said, Megan, it is tough that we can't go do these experiences in person. I'm like you. I'm an in-person person, but at least we can be comfortable and still get that experience. And that need for human connection, seriously, is important. I think a lot of people, we're being safe and isolating, but we're forgetting how important that is to be human, to connect with others. And why not do it with people across the world too?
Yeah. Now I just remember some of like past student who joined the program last summer. Some of student, they said maybe less nervous to speak up in online.
Yeah.
So it's also a good point.
Yeah.
Okay, and let's move on to the next question. For the English lounge session, you have I guess you have two presentation and workshop. One sustainability and another one is social entrepreneurship. Am I correct?
You got it.
Social entrepreneurship. Okay, and both were really popular with the student. I remember, and so let's talk a little bit about both. What do you discuss in your sustainability session?
Yeah, so in that session, I talk in general. First, I just explain what it means for something to be sustainable. And I talk about the overall idea of sustainable development, which is essentially like trying to create products that will last a long time and be beneficial and healthy for the earth. And so I relate the topic specifically to Japan, and I talk about PET bottle usage in Japan or plastic bottle usage. Because even I experienced, like when I was in Japan, it's very common just to buy new water bottles every day rather than like in America, it's just a lot more common for people to like get a refillable water bottle and fill it up every day. And so obviously this plastic usage can be harmful towards the environment. And so I talk about this app that was created in Japan called MyMizu. And essentially on the application, you can pull up a map and it'll show you locations where you can refill your water for free. And so I kind of just use that as an example of sustainable development, and that kind of leads into a discussion with the students about, what are other ways that we can promote sustainability.
Yeah. Yeah, speaking of free advertisements, here's MyMizu now, but I thought it was so cool. Because in Japan, even when, Megan, when you and I were in Japan visiting, I had that same problem. I would go and buy an Aquarius or buy a water bottle. It was easy and convenient. But that app is super cool because it shows you where you can, fill these up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. MyMizu, I remember. But at that time, I didn't know the app. But now I see lots of advertisement on the TV or website. So I think it's definitely getting popular in Japan. I saw they're selling the bottle at Muji. Yeah. So it's getting popular, I guess.
Well, good for them. And hey, that's like, Megan talks about in her presentation, important for the environment and sustainability. And of course, how linked our program is to the SDGs. It's no wonder why it was so popular of a presentation too.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. What?
MyMizu.
Free advertising.
MyMizu, right?
MyMizu,
yeah.
MyMizu employees, if you're watching this, contact us. We could use some extra water bottles.
Yeah, I need a water bottle. MyMizu. All right. And for another one, social entrepreneurship. What do you try and teach the student about in this session?
Yeah, so social entrepreneurship is not exactly a term that many Japanese students are familiar with from my personal experience.
Or American students, for that matter.
True. Yeah, but entrepreneurship is essentially the creation of new ideas. And when you link it to social, it's essentially the creation of new ideas to benefit society. And so in the presentation, I essentially talk about 3 initiatives to promote social entrepreneurship and how students can engage with these initiatives personally. And what's really interesting is each initiative, it's very low effort. And so, of course, it may not have the highest impact. Like, you're not going to save the world. But if everyone does a little contribution, overall, it can create a positive change. And so if we want more sponsorships, I will drop the name. But the first one is called Tab for a Cause, which is essentially a Chrome extension that you can download. And every time you open up a tab, it generates ad revenue, and they donate the money from the ads to various charities. And then there's a search engine called Ecosia. So a thing like Google, where you can just search the internet, and every search you do produces revenue that they donate to help plant trees. And then the last one is my favorite. It's called Free Rice. And it's a website where you can pick a bunch of different categories and answer questions. And every time you answer a question, I believe it says it raises 5 grains of rice to donate to people who are in hunger. So the more questions you answer, the more you can help people who are hungry. And the especially fun part about Free Rice is they have English learning categories. So you can practice English vocab or English grammar while just contributing to a cause that can help other people.
Yeah, that was so cool last summer. I had never heard about any of these. By the way, I'll just say, Ecosia, I'm at over 5,000 trees. Okay, I've been using it since you told me about it last year, Megan. And I have the extension as well that you talked about. But anyways, I do remember popping into your presentation with Free Rice, and you were essentially doing fun, engaging English lessons with the students, that big 20, 30, 40 groups of students, and watching, live during our program, helping, with Free Rice. I thought that was so cool that it was like the students were being active while learning, active citizens. And it just felt to me very representative of our program and our goals. So just wanted to compliment you on that. It was so cool.
Thank you.
Yeah. Oh, Ellie. Yeah. Thanks.
Yeah, those are interesting.
Yeah. This session, we've really been firing off all these resources because Megan.
But Megan, how do you find those like new application?
Well, Tab for a Cause I'd used since high school just because I open up a ton of tabs on my computer. I organize them, but I just have an obsession with having like way too many tabs open. And it just kind of popped in my head, oh, I wonder if there's a way that this can be made useful. Then for the others, gosh, I forget where I learned about Free Rice. I think I got brought up in a conversation. And then Ecosia, I just found, I just Googled, Chrome extensions that can help, people or something. So I just kind of Googled and found ones that were linked to social entrepreneurship.
So you're telling me you Googled to find a new search engine. But,
somehow.
Yeah. But, that's a really cool thing that you said. You had all these tabs, by the way. I have 17 open right now. And how can I make it useful? And I think that kind of mindset is so important right now. Again, this active citizenship and the fact that you are thinking about these just simple habits you have and how can it benefit society is obviously a mentality I wish everyone in the world had. It's something that we promote in our program. So I think that's cool. That's the way you found it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I figure it doesn't really inhibit my life at all. So if it can bring some form of positive benefit, why not?
Exactly.
Yeah. So we're gonna schedule your English lunch session more. And you can check all the schedule in our website. So viewer, please check. はい。メガンのセッションのスケジュールなどはホームページにアップしていきますので、興味のある方は、ぜひブッキングをお願いします。はい。では、Thank you, Megan, for joining us today.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you. And next Come On Radio is Tuesday?
Tuesday.
Yeah, Tuesday. So see you on Tuesday.
Yep. See you then. And thanks again, Megan.
Thank you, Megan.
And since Megan's been saying it, everyone go and be active citizens.